The activity in front of the Brooklyn. And nothing.
Kevin, thanks.
He stays working and stays true. David, thank you. And a look at the status here of both teams' injured players and who will not be in the lineup.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Nets, we've got Harden. Durant is out there with DeAndre Jordan. Then there's Harris, and it's Irving in at the 2. McCollum finds Nurkic. Outside, Covington. Lillard outside. And there's the pass to Nurkic. 4 on the shot clock. And Damian Lillard with the bucket on the assist by Nurkic. Not many teams have the personnel, Greg, to work the ball through the post, but that's what we're going to see plenty of tonight. These two teams can do it.
No doubt, Kevin. It can really add a dimension to your offense, and it creates different rotations defensively, especially when you've got someone down low that's going to demand a double team. And so I'm interested to see, in essence, some old school basketball in terms of how teams rotate out of that post.
I am too. Cullen passes to Nurkic. Launches it. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
This is who McCollum is. Someone who's ready to fire as soon as the ball touches his hands.
About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Oh, that was something else.
I mean, come on, man. Harden is ridiculously clever, including how he decides to posterize you. A superb athlete.
Now here's Powell. Pass to Nurkic. And what a play. Just snatched out of the air. Credit the block. And the call will be against Yusuf Nurkic. That's his first foul. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Harden outside. Pass to Irving. To the paint. Here's Durant. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Durant's got 5 now.
Can't allow that kind of positioning, especially for a guy like Durant. So effective with his length inside.
Lillard, the pass to McCollum. And Irving pulls it down.
That's a shot they're always happy to give, even when he blows the finish.
Harden finds Durant, and then Durant with the dunk.
It's easy to see how Harden's been the league's top assist man before. I mean, he makes the special feed.
And see, Webb, the strength and conditioning of James Harden, something I'm not certain everybody has an appreciation for.
Yeah, and to your point, back in high school, despite leading Artesia to back-to-back state championships, Harden dealt with asthma and was frankly out of shape. Over the years, dedication to diet and training, that enabled him to reach new heights.
No good from Irving. Trailblazers trail by 3. Here's Lillard. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
What more can you say about Lillard's gritty demeanor on the court? I guess contact doesn't bother.
Harden against Lillard. It's Harden with the drive, and the shot goes in. Harden's got his second basket of the game.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Now here's McCollum. To the inside, Covington. And oh boy, a lot of contact there. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
I think McCollum's mechanics and mindset really come into play in the mid-range game. He's deadly from there.
Harden kicks to Harris. And the jam by Harden.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Here's Lillard. He has 7. McCollum outside. And it goes down 2 points. 24 seconds left here in the first quarter. Now Harden. 6 points for him. Jordan trying to free himself up. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
You know, there's one award that Harden has won. I think you can pretty much say for sure he'll never win again. And that's 6th man of the year. It's hard to believe there was ever a time this man wasn't a starter. Oh, you can get spoiled watching him at the line. I mean, you just expect him to make every one every time.
Simons, the pass to Cantor. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Yeah, plenty of power behind Cantor's inside moves. Helps him overcome whatever D he encounters.
From deep, Harden knocks down the 3-ball. Harden's got 11.
He's so aggressive at that end of the floor, and that's a quality all great scorers have.
James Harden getting it done for Brooklyn. He comes away with 11 points. Before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard. He had this to say when asked.
I know that when the main guy,
I think he's willing to bear the brunt, and he's also looking out for others.
Great leadership. His teammates seem to rally around that, and it's why every team he's on is a difficult out.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Old school approach. I mean, if you have a favorable matchup inside, just keep pounding it in there.
On the floor for Portland, Derek Jones is out there with Anthony. Then there's McCollum. Then it's Enes Kanter. And it's Simons in at the point. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Jones kicks to Kanter. And he lays it straight in.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Nets leading by 6. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. And Green now, top of the key. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. And Simons has got the ball here for the Portland Trail Blazers.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
Now, here is Harden. 13 points in the game. Here's KD. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Durant, he's so skilled on the offensive end. He can shoot the long ball, comfortable on the block, drive to the hole, dunk over you, give you the jump hook, post game, turn around. I mean, and look, that time, he makes a play for mid-range.
And there's the call on Durant. That's his first foul. And the Nets making a change here. Claxton's checked in. Powell, he's checked in for Portland. Anthony dishes to Kanter. Out to Anthony. Plenty of space. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Anthony's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Powell with the steal. And now Portland on the break. Here's Kanter. Down it goes for his 3rd basket in as many tries.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And here's Harden. 6 to shoot. Griffin trying to get open. That one is good again. He's 6 straight from the floor with the basket. Well, the passion in New York as a pro sports city, Greg, is unquestioned. Talk about the pros and cons, though, of being a player in New York.
You know, the opportunity personally and professionally is immense, no doubt about it, but so is the media scrutiny. It can be very intense, and the fanaticism does make it hard to live a normal existence. And I think the guys who embrace being in a city like New York are the ones that typically are able to perform at the highest level.
So you can either thrive because of it or wilt because of it, just kind of what your personal preference is.
You called it, partner, and I have seen it happen both ways.
Oh, I bet. Nets leading by 4. Passes to Claxton. Outside Griffin. He dishes it to Harden. .121 left in the second quarter. And there's Brown. That's good on the assist from Harden. Harden's got 3 assists in the game.
And Blake Griffin, the combination of power and agility, that guy is a handful inside.
Yes, yeah, he can finish with either hand. He favors that right block, and he's got an array of moves down there. Yes, got to appreciate how aggressive Cantor is on offense. I mean, it's what earns him trips to the line.
It's his first trip to the line.
And just a shade over 70% from the line a season ago. That's an area I'm sure he wants to improve.
So for the Nets, Jordan, he's checked in for Griffin. Joe Harris comes in for Jeff Green. And it's Kyrie Irving in for James Harden. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Robert Covington's checked in for Anthony. Rondé Hollis-Jefferson comes in for Derek Jones. McCollum's checked in for Norman Powell. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. Now here's Irving. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Can't connect from 13 feet out.
Nice interior defense. Can't give him any space inside or he'll burn.
McCollum, no good. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Brown with it. Lillard picks him up. Brown the pass to Claxton. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. The 3 ball. C.J. McCollum comes up with the rebound. Trailblazers trail by 4. Lillard from outside. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Goes up on the wing. Jordan finds Harris. Irving for 3. Doesn't go that time. And that'll do it for the first. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. James Harden led the way in the first half. He ended up with 15 points, 3.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. A fantastic game from Harden in this one.
And the way that he has helped out with the ball movement has been a difference maker early on.
And that's somewhat of a surprise, I mean, but he's been really patient and unselfish.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. So for Brooklyn now, Irving is out there with Harden, and it's Durant. Then it's Joe Harris, and it's Jordan in at the center position. Here's Lillard after the made shot from KD. And Lillard kicks to McCollum. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his first foul. And here are the Trailblazers now. 6-point game. Here's Lillard. Nurkic. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And good luck trying to keep Nurkic off the glass. I mean, using his brute strength well on the offensive boards.
Harden surveying the D. He's looking for Jordan and finds him. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. McCollum with the ball.
He looks so smooth pulling up off the dribble. I mean, McCollum very comfortable attempting these quick jump shots.
Jordan high post. Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. Outside, KD. 6 on the shot clock. But they'll get another chance. McCollum against Irving. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off.
Might take them a little while to find their stride here in the second half. Only 1 for 4 so far. Just need to calm down, play their game.
Al Harden following the three-point attempt by C.J. McCollum. Harden finds Harris. And again, it's the Nets missing.
They're having trouble getting going here in the second half. I mean, that's their 4th miss in 5 attempts.
And the pass to McCollum. To the left side wing. Lillard outside. For the tie. Ties again. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. It's McCollum on the wing. Over Irving. And good. As it just snugs right down through the net.
Love watching McCullough shoot the ball. He has such a pure, clean-looking jimmy.
Harden with it. 15 points in the game. Down low. And Covington sends it back. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Back to Lillard. Nurkic against Harris. For the lead. And Nurkic finishes inside. Nurkic has got the lead up to 2 now for Portland.
The closer Nurkic is to the basket, the more dangerous he is. A solid interior scorer.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. And looking back at what was a stellar career, Greg, if there was one thing you could have done differently, do you have anything on your mind?
You know, I would have loved to have had the opportunity to finish my career in New York. That was a special place, a special time. Unfortunately, that didn't transpire, but that's the one thing that stands out. That and obviously not winning a championship.
I can understand both of them.
Yes.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Griffin's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Green comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Bruce Brown in for James Harden. Here's Simons following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Simons surveying the D. Anthony down low, guarded by Green. Good on the shot. Anthony's got the lead back up to 2 now for the Trailblazers.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
The putback, it's good on the putback.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Here's Simons. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Pass to Carmelo. Anthony drawing the double team to the left wing. With his first shot attempt, Brooklyn with the rebound.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Left side, Harris. Anthony against Irving. Makes good on the step-back jumper. And the Nets lead by 2.
And you can tell the defender not anticipating the step back. He was headed in the opposite direction.
Irving with the steal. Lays it in off the breakaway. Irving's got 6 points.
And he's showing signs now of life after going scoreless through the half.
Simons the pass to Cantor. And he comes up with the deuce.
Cantor is a single-minded scorer. Doesn't like to be denied when he's got position, even dealing with a lot of contact.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nets will retain possession.
I don't think that was a pass he should make. Too many things can go wrong. I mean, they're lucky to keep possession.
Missed. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Nets out in front, up by 2. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them
And what a beautiful feed.
I mean, well, if you're the coaching staff, I mean, you're pumped up. This highlight will not only make it on the TV, it'll make it into the film session.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. On the floor for Portland, Anthony is out there with Derek Jones. Then it's Enes Kanter. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Simons in at the 1.
He's done a lot of the little things to help put them in front. I mean, but his offense has not been there for him tonight.
Now here's Powell. Back to Jones. 5 to shoot. Simons, the pass to Kanter. Over Claxton. But they recover it. The pass to Simons. No good from outside.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And there's the foul on the shot. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
DeAndre Jordan's checked in for the Nets. James Harden comes in for Harris. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear Terry Stotts talk to his team during that timeout. He got on his guys about allowing too many paint points. He said, hey, we've got to be scrappier. We've got to be quicker to help, quicker to collapse the lane. You guys know what to do. Now you got to give me the effort. I want to see some nasty. Kevin?
To the middle, Nurkic with the steal. McCollum outside. He kicks it to Nurkic. Lillard outside. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Now Durant. And here is Irving. And the basket is good. And the Nets lead by 3.
He's been a different player since halftime, coming on strong.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
And what unselfish play from Lillard. This guy's no problem giving it up, especially when his teammate's wide open.
Harden with it. High post, KD. 17-foot shot on the way. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. Elbow shot. It's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut down to just 1 on the basket from Lillard.
And whether he's creating for himself or spotting up, Lillard's jumper is whizzing.
Durant in the corner. Three-pointer. Inside. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Good work defensively by Anthony. And now running up the court, Lillard pushing it up. A miss that time. Would have put him up. Here's Durant. Portland grabs the miss. Nurkic has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's McCollum. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim.
Gotta like how calm McCollum is, even in big parts of the game. You can depend on him to step his game.
1:43 left in the fourth quarter. Powell with the steal. And now Lillard running the floor all by himself. And then Lillard slams it in.
Gotta admire the passion Lillard plays with. He knows he loves having the ball in his hands.
Here is Harden. Outside, KD. And it's Norman Powell with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. There's a check-in for the Nets. Robert Covington's checked in for the Trailblazers. Jones comes in for Norman Powell. Here's Harden, and the jam by Harden.
There's no denying that Harden nails these shots all the time. Love how he just takes over these possessions.
Now, here's Lillard. Takes the three. The Trailblazers get it back in a new 14. Covington against KD. A three from McCollum. Offensive rebound, and it's Lillard on the follow. Lillard's got the lead up to 3 now for Portland.
Clutch is Lillard's middle lane time and time again. This guy comes through for his squad.
Jordan finds Irving. Lillard against Harden. Money!
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
That's why they put the ball in his hands. They know they can count on him to make crucial shots.
Guys, they're not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
Now Covington. Back to Lillard.
And they do have a foul to give.
And it's all about the three right here.
That's what they need to tie it. Boy, what a game this has been.
Durant with a wide open look. Off target from downtown.
And Jordan's mere presence can affect shots. I mean, he's...
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it.
CLA Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
But traffic in New York City making its way back in. Both teams tonight dealing with some injuries. Here's a look at who's out for the evening.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Paul George is out there with Jackson. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Zubats in at the 5 spot. And looking at the Nets, we've got Durant. Kyrie Irving is out there with Harden. Then it's Jordan. And it's Harris in at the 3 spot. The kick out to Irving. Those 3-pointers off the mark. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Clippers. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said. Harden finds Jordan. Back to Harden. Latrey off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Just all alone down there. Credit goes to DeAndre for finding him. That's a nice pass.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Jackson against Irving. Outside, George. Down to 5 on the shot clock. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
George is not settling for low percentage plays right now. He's putting the defense in a really tough position.
Here's Harden. Jordan trying to free himself up.
Flying high and throwing it down with the one-hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Harden against George. Now, here's Zubats. Not a lot of room. Jackson looking it over. Out to Morris from outside the arc. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Harden against Jackson. It's Harden with the drive. Jordan. It's good. The assist that time from Harden.
And while his ability to score gets so much attention, Harden demonstrating why he's also regarded as an elite level passer.
Now here is George. And Jordan sends it back. And here comes Harden leading the fast break. The rebound by Paul George. Clippers trail by 5. Morris passes to George. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. This one for three. And no good. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it.
Maybe a time to rest him right now. Just give him a bit of a breather. Try to help him get back on track.
Good.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Paul George put his defender in the blender right there. Tough for him to guard that kind of possession.
The Clippers shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line. About 79% of their free throws.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Griffin's checked in for Jordan. Green comes in for Joe Harris. And it's Brown in for James Harden. Durant, and he finishes nicely on the layup.
Is KD stronger than we think? Probably. Muscling in there.
A minute 20 left here in the opening quarter. Pass to Cousins. That one good for two.
Two teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
Nets leading by 5. Outside Irving, and the slam by Blake Griffin.
Yeah, check out the hops on Blake Griffin. Just one of those lethal alley-oop threats in the NBA.
The pass to Rondo. Takes it off the glass.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Outside Irving. Passes it to Green. Here's Griffin. And it's sent back by George.
Not many guys have the two-way ability of a Paul George. Just as dangerous defensively as he can be offensively.
He kicks it to Cousins. Pass to Kennard. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Just 5 to shoot. Durant with the steal. And here we go. Griffin heading to the hoop. And then Griffin with the dunk.
Doesn't get talked about much, but Blake Griffin sprinting out in transition allows him those kind of opportunities.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. Naturally a ball-dominant player, James Harden talked to us about others setting him up.
Yeah, that's the goal. That's the goal, of course.
Giving their offense another dynamic.
And it also helps him preserve some energy for those big moments in the big games.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
They couldn't ask for a better one right now. Just a complete rhythm by all the guys who got some minutes. Wonderful start.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So for Brooklyn now, we've got Durant. Irving is out there with Brown. Then there's Green, and it's Claxton in at the 5 down low. Brown against Kennard. Off with the layup. Nets leading by 9. Green kicks to Irving. And we've played through the first minute here in the second. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Yeah, and that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offense.
Oh!
Yes, sir. Yeah, sometimes Cousins comes up with these dunks where you go, where did that come from? And there's one for you, wrapped up.
And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. Back to Irving, over in the corner, Brown. Here's Claxton. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Claxton's got the lead up to 11 now for the Nets.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another.
Back to Kennard. Clock at 6. From deep. That one, no good. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. And stolen by Cousins. Kennard finds Cousins. Batum with the ball. Now Green defending. And so Green will bring it up for Brooklyn. Outside for Durant. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Here's man, defended by Durant. Pass to Kennard. And he uses the glass on the layup. Kennard's got it back down to single digits for the Clippers. Greg, you showed toughness and grit when you played. You've got to succeed in this league with those things at the forefront, right? Being tough, being gritty. And there are several players whose style you admire that play like this.
I mean, no doubt about it. You have the superstars, the Kawhis, the LeBrons, who continue to do it. They can intimidate you physically, but they also provide tremendous skill set. But two other guys, Russell Westbrook, Jimmy Butler, they're also guys that exemplify that toughness. You know, two guys, when you look at those two, a lot of people didn't project them to be what they've become, and it's impressive to watch them take the floor night in and night out.
The Nets making a switch here. Griffin's checked in. Rajon Rondo's checked in for the Clippers. And Leonard gets it to go.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Brooklyn leading by 7.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a Finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons, goes there, wins the MVP and a championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story.
Jackson misses.
He creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go. Even with the defense not really a factor.
Out to Harris. He's looking for Jordan and finds him. Brown outside. Jordan inside, covered by Morris. A nice shot by Jordan.
I love the confidence from Jordan. All of his shots are going to come from the paint, so he should be confident when he's got the ball there.
The drive by Jackson. Rondo passes to Zubac. Leonard against Harris. Leonard, no luck.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
On the wing, Harden. He's covered by Rondo. And that one drops for him.
And I love seeing Harden get room to shoot from that mid-range position, an effective scorer in that area.
Here's Jackson. And that time, also a missed shot. Harris looking it over.
Making the suffocating defensive play right there.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sport. It was a fast pace for Brooklyn at the outset. Amped up and ready off the tip, they immediately went. And that's...
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. They've got Paul George. Marcus Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Jackson in at the point guard position.
So good, so experienced. Paul George can convert the toughest of buckets.
Now, here is Harden. Here's Irving. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Irving's got the lead up to 14 now for the Nets. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. An outstanding defensive play to earn the mobile one block.
The defensive awareness, the timing, when you have to face a defender that can reject you like that, it can alter your approach.
And Brooklyn has possession. Harden kicks to Harris. Durant, the pass to Irving. Here's Jordan, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Jordan's got 6.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
George with the ball. He's picked up by Jordan. George, no good.
Wouldn't surprise me to see him find his touch and still be a factor. Don't count them out yet.
Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Jeff Green, he's checked in for the Nets. And the Clippers with a change here, too. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Reggie Jackson. Shot clock at 6. Jordan kicks to Green. Over Morris. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Clippers trail by 16. Here's Leonard. Oh,
too much. Look at that.
Kind of fun when you see his personality come out in his game like that.
And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Pops it up for Jordan. And slam dunk by Jordan.
Well, determined that time to get to the rim, anticipating the pass, and a rim rocker.
Here's George. Lays it up off the glass. George has got 4 points this quarter.
And not wasting any time here, kicking their offense right back into gear. That's 3 of 4 from the field.
Here's Harden. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
And Harden's such a creative scorer, especially when he gets in close to the basket.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Hey, Kevin, it's a misnomer that in the era of three-point shooting, people don't want anyone to take mid-range shots. Many of the league's elite players still thrive there. Kawhi Leonard is one, and he explained how. He said it's hard to defend guys that shoot twos. Once you get to the playoffs, it becomes a half-court game. Teams won't allow you to take wide-open shots or threes. Guys, back to you.
DA, thank you. Outside for George. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Brooklyn leading by 14.
And Bones, he stands just 6'1", but Patrick Beverly rebounds like a forward.
The fact that he's going to bring it mentally, GA, I mean, that's the huge advantage. I think if you're in the opposing locker room and you know you're going to get on the floor, Patrick Beverly is going to be right in your jock for every minute that you're going to be competing against him.
And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for the Nets. Jordan kicks to Harden. Count it. Harden's got 14 points.
And he's the main reason they have the lead right now. He's been perfect from the field, literally.
Here's Beverly, and it's blocked by Jordan.
Well, the arms of DeAndre Jordan are like a horizon line. They go on forever, which allows him to send those shots back.
So for the Nets, Blake Griffin, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Jeff Green. And Kevin Durant subbed in for Kyrie Irving. KD passes to Claxton. And Harris wide open. He shoots, hits the three-point bomb. Harris has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Clippers trail by 19. Here's Kennard. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on Blake Griffin.
Yeah, nice, strong finish there. Nearly a three-point opportunity.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. 36 seconds left in the third quarter. And here's Harden. He's got 14. And here's Harris from the arc. The shot, no good.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
Yeah, take your time. You don't give them another possession.
And hopefully that's what they'll do here. It's what most teams try to execute at this time in the game.
Harden scanning the floor. There's the triple. Oh, to beat the clock. God, what a play!
That is fun to watch. Let's it go.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets closing out the quarter with a 20-point lead. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We'll return shortly. And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Nets leading by 20. We've got Harden. Also out there, Joe Harris. Durant is out there with Griffin. And it's Claxton in at the 4 spot. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Durant kicks to Harden. Back to KD. And the shot is good. Durant's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for Brooklyn. Flattening the lottery odds, Greg. Do you think that's worked out as intended?
You don't hear as many predictions about who's going to get the one pick or the second pick. I think that's good for the players and the fans. You don't want anyone rooting for you to lose.
No, absolutely not. Now the pass to Griffin. Back to Harden. Nets passing it around. Rondo with the steal. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. And that one is stuffed right through.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
And it's Durant missing. Clippers trail by 18. Man can't hit. Brooklyn's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Rondo against Harden. Back to Griffin. 6 on the shot clock. Durant. It's hauled in by Zubac.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open. And he wanted everybody in the building to feel that ferocity.
And we did. Yeah, we felt it. Even over here, we felt it. Rondo against Harden. Right side, Griffin. Now here's Durant. He's covered closely.
Shot didn't fall, but that play worked well to get a good look at the basket.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in. Quickly up court with the basketball, delivered a perfect strike.
We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Maybe the best ever at earning free throws. I mean, Harden has mastered the art of contact and still being able to get off the shot.
Brooklyn making some changes. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Griffin. Green comes in for Nicholas Claxton. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Kevin Durant. The drive by Jackson, and that one good.
And with the defender draped all over him, Jackson has that strength to fight through the contact.
And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Irving with the bounce pass. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
The drive. Look at that.
Look, DeAndre Jordan and the rim, those two are best friends.
Clippers trail by 16. Outside Jackson. Passes it to Zubac. A rebound by the Nets. 22 is their biggest lead. 1:32 left here in the fourth quarter. On the wing, Irving. Steps back and dreams the jump shot. And the Nets lead by 18.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Nets.
Their hard work on the glass paid off.
I tell you what, they're both excellent rebounding teams, and it was a tough battle underneath all game. And I think ultimately that earned the W.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for James Harden.
And with all these assists, it's obvious how well that he can see the entirety of the floor out there. If an easy bucket is to be had, he'll find it.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
Awesome to see their output tonight, trying to urge their team on, and that can always help. That home advantage of home fans getting you going, fully on display here.
There's 38 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Jordan dishes to Harden. Feeds to Irving. Pops it up for Jordan.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
George passes to Zubac. And the shot goes in.
Well, at this point, they're just trying to get back in sync. You want to play a good brand of basketball.
Consistency definitely is a key to some of the playoff performing teams, and tonight they just did not find it in this contest.
Harden way outside. Misses the deep three-point attempt.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Well, I thought
David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. Thanks for joining us on. And they'll have some minutes to make up for it with an injury in their roster.
Compensating for the absence of a key player can be difficult, but they've got to hold strong.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday, and it's Middleton in at the 3 spot. And for the Nets, we've got Jordan, Harden out there with Kyrie Irving. Then it's Joe Harris, and it's KD in at the power forward position. And so it's the Nets getting on the board first. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. 2 terrific defenses tonight, Greg. They do it in a variety of ways. It's been hard for either team to score.
You know, strong on ball, in help, in transition, and both coaches doing such a great job of making the adjustments. And listen, the reality is defense still can be a factor in determining who wins and who loses.
And we're seeing it right before our eyes.
That's platinum level dime dropping right there by Harden. Such a smart passer. Gets us to his teammates on time and on target.
Holiday dishes to Lopez. And he starts out with the miss in this one. And here are the Nets. 4-point game. Tips it up. And KD is right there.
Never say never with KD. He's fighting hard to protect their possession with a little help from that wingspan that goes on forever.
Now here is Holiday. Passes it to Giannis. That shot off, and Brooklyn will come the other way. Here's Harden. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
Boy, they're on fire right now, cooking with gas, starting this one out 4-5.
And as expected, Kevin Durant sitting out all of last season, recovering from the Achilles injury. Glad to see him back on the floor.
I agree with you, and it was absolutely a no-brainer for Kevin to sit out the season. That type of injury, you give it all the time you need, and the Nets knew that. They knew when the deal was done that he was going to most likely miss the season. And yet, they did the right thing, and when you have a guy like KD, you want to make sure you're not rushing him back. You want him fully ready when it's time for him to go. Hey, and you know, really, Antetokounmpo could look to score every time, and sometimes that's necessary, but he's also good at recognizing when one of his teammates has a clean look.
And it's kind of the running joke when you think of James Harden, often maligned for his lack of effort defensively, but quite honestly, I thought he improved a great deal a season ago.
And, you know, Greg, I observed the same thing. His overall commitment was better. And not just steals and blocks either. I'm just talking about his awareness, his commitment to that end of the floor. It was a focal point. If he continues on that track, I think he's going to make an impact at that end as well.
It's the Nets now after the basket by Milwaukee. Harden the pass to Jordan. Harris kicks to Harden. And And it's Harden slamming it down.
And Harden, an absolutely vicious dunker. Terrific at bouncing towards the rim for the epic throwdown.
Holiday attacking, lays it up and banks it in. Holiday's got 6. And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Nets. 1:52 left in the first quarter. Harris finds Jordan. Back to Harris. Over Middleton. Clock at 6. Here's KD. Here's Jordan. Kicks it out to Harden. And Harris wide open. He shoots. It's good. The assist that time from Harden.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Holiday against Harden. Durant with the steal. And that's an intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Griffin's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Green comes in for Joe Harris. And it's Brown in for James Harden. Bucks trail by 9. He can't get that one. And now here's Durant, the fast break opportunity. And finished off by KD.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
And, you know, nothing like getting an opponent on the ropes early. You love that if you're on that side of the scoreboard, and they are landing some haymakers now. Tell you what, guys, you don't see that often. I mean, when he's this open, usually it's lights out. Already finding his spots and capitalizing, playing really efficient basketball.
Bucks have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And another fast break for Brooklyn. The Nets are running. And it's Irving missing. Shot to stop the run. And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for the Brooklyn Nets. He not. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And the Nets have been rolling right along here, haven't they?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
Yeah, and you know, so many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign of ball movement and sharing that ball.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court for the Bucks, we've got Chris Middleton. P.J. Tucker is out there with Portis. And it's Connaughton in at the shooting guard. This is his first free throw of the game. And the first one drops. I know you grew up with aspirations of someday getting into politics. Any current players who you could see maybe taking that same route?
No doubt. There's several guys in today's game. You know, Harrison Barnes has the polish, and I know he's had some thoughts maybe going in that direction. Teammates nicknamed Malcolm Brogdon the president for his stately demeanor and commitment to affecting change. I absolutely see him trying to have an impact socially moving forward. There's several guys, again, who not only have the voice, but the courage to speak out about things that matter most to them.
Many sharp guys in the NBA. Here's Portis, following the basket by Kyrie Irving. For 3, Middleton. They get it back. Portis kicks to Middleton from the arc. That one misses. Brooklyn leading by 13. And now we've got the intentional foul. So for the Nets, Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Griffin. Harris comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's James Harden in for Irving. And Milwaukee with a change here too. Dante DiVincenzo. He's checked in for Chris Middleton. Claxton with the bucket.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
Now here's Portis. Right wing. Here's Connaughton. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And the Nets with possession. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. The NBA continues to build international academies to develop prospects from other countries. Already, academy graduates are playing Division I college basketball. Before long, NBA players should start emerging from that pipeline. The league continues to reach out to find overlooked youngsters who have a gift and give them the opportunity. Guys?
Outstanding, David. Thank you.
Boy, nice job that time, guys, from Forbes, spotting the wide open man and dropping the dime.
Harris outside. The pass to Claxton. Back to Harris. The kick out to Brown. Here's Harden, and Harden with the stuff.
Love when Harden uses that great leaping ability to finish with power.
Bucks trail by 15. On the wing, DiVincenzo. Guarded by Harris, and it's blocked. And it's out of bounds to the Bucks as Milwaukee retains possession. And the Nets making a change here. Jordan's checked in. Milwaukee also making some changes. Oh, that was terrific!
My goodness! And when the Greek Freak takes flight, I mean, he's looking to tear that rim apart. So ferocious in his throwdowns.
Now, here is Harden. 10 points for him. Harris drives in. He kicks it to Jordan. Brown outside. Pass to Giannis. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
It's the Nets now. They lead by 11. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Pass to Brown. The Nets working the ball around now. Rebounded by the Bucks. And to Antetokounmpo inside. Guarded by Harris. And Giannis throws it down.
I tell you, that's why Antetokounmpo is so feared league wide. I mean, when he's close to the rim, he's most likely going to flush it on him.
Oh, and James Harden throws it down hard.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark.
And guys, I know there are a lot of questions right now defensively for this team. There's no doubt about that.
Harden scanning the floor. From down in the low post, it goes. Harden's got 14 points.
They've been going to him an awful lot this game, and you can see why. He's pouring it on.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Antetokounmpo. DeAndre Jordan grabs the miss.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Harris passes to Jordan. Out to Harris, and he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. 11 seconds left to play here in the half. Here's Antetokounmpo, and Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Savvy play from Holiday. Quick thinking helps him get the ball to the wide open man.
Here's Harden. Off target at the rim.
Boy, that defense smothered him.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back. James Harden led the way in the first half. He had 14 points, 3 assists.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. A fantastic game from Harden in this one.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
DeAndre Jordan is out there with Durant. Then it's Kyrie Irving. Then it's Harden. And it's Harris in at the small forward position. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Now, here is Harden. Kicks to Jordan. Back to Harden. And the jam by Harden.
Boy, it's amazing to me how easy Harden makes it look. I mean, when he's locked in, he feels like there's nobody that can guard him, and he's right most of the time.
It's Antetokounmpo on the wing, guarded by KD, and the dunk by Giannis.
And that dunk reverberated throughout this entire building.
It sure did, up high and down hard on the windmill front.
And you just know that's going to have a big effect on this team. I mean, their blood has to be pumping after that one, and the heart rate racing a little faster, too.
Well, you can be the judge of if it's fair or not, but Kyrie Irving has earned himself the reputation of being moody, to say the least.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes that sword cuts both ways. Sometimes it's the player, sometimes it's the media, and the media's perception. It's a combination of the two. Clearly, Kyrie can sometimes go off on tangents and come from left field in interviews. I mean, he's not the only player, present or past, that's been guilty of that. One thing you can't deny, though, is this guy loves the game. And it's a matter of continuing to mature and grow as a leader. So I say give him more time, and he'll refine himself in that area.
Now, here is Harden. He's got 18. Green breaking loose, and the rebound goes to Lopez. And it's the Bucks on the break. Giannis with the ball. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
It is simply amazing to watch Antetokounmpo sprint the floor like an Olympic track star, covering up so much ground with those long strides the way he does.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
And stolen by Kyrie Irving. Here's KD. And Chris Middleton pulls it down.
Well, you will not see that from him very often, especially right at the rim.
And it's Antetokounmpo penetrated.
And how about the power of Antetokounmpo? Dynamite whenever he takes it to the rim.
Holiday against Harden. The rebound by the Bucks. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Griffin's checked in for James Harden. And then for Milwaukee, Bobby Portis is checked in for Lopez. P.J. Tucker comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Dante DiVincenzo. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Brooklyn. Brown comes in for Joe Harris. That one goes. Count it.
Boy, if you allow Durant that look, he's going to punish you. I mean, it's that simple.
Holiday against Irving. And Griffin sends it back. And now it's Brown running. He can go all the way. 2 points. That one goes. And now it's a 9-point Brooklyn lead.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
And so they foul intentionally. James Harden, he's checked in for the Nets. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Irving double team. Kicks it out to Harden. Back to Irving. Pass to Claxton. Here's Connaughton, guarded by Harden. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
And that's the trademark Griffin finish. Get in tight, elevate, and throw it down with authority. Big fella is a beast down low.
That one's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut down to 7 on the bucket from Portis.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
You know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
Now here's Durant. 10 points for him. And Chris Middleton pulls it down. Middleton's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. The Bucks have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. First one falls for him. Jordan, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. The Bucks also with the sub, Dante DiVincenzo. He's checked in for Bryn Forbes. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Harden outside. 12 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Durant. And the layup is good. KD's got 12 points in the game.
Well, he's capable of scoring from anywhere. Durant's size and touch make him a prime-time threat inside.
And so it's Brooklyn heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Hey, that was a high-level pass no matter what position it came from. But it does make it stand out a little more when it's made by the big fella.
4th quarter of action is upon us. Thanks, as always, for joining us. And the Bucks making a change here. Antetokounmpo's checked in on the 4 for Milwaukee starting the 4th quarter. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Lopez in at the 5 roaming the paint. And they double up Jordan. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And so it's Milwaukee now. Bucks trail by 7. Giannis inside. Guarded by Harden. Antetokounmpo, no good.
Solid rebound there. And with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Yeah, another column in the stat sheet that hasn't gone in their favor. To climb back, they've got to put forth more effort.
Green, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Joe Harris comes in for Kevin Durant. There's the pass to Harris. Here's Harden. Out to Harris. He dishes it to Harden. Back to Harris. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. And here's Middleton bringing it up now for Milwaukee. They trail by 7. Up again. It's good on the putback.
Yeah, bully balling his way to the rack that time. Lopez with a great second effort.
Harden against Holiday. Harden with it. To the inside. It's Solomon to Antetokounmpo. Pushing it up. The Bucks working the ball around. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Holiday's got 4 assists in the game.
Hey, you know, in the age of analytics, there's a ton of talk about player efficiency these days. And as we can see by Antetokounmpo's performance tonight, his efficiency, extraordinary.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish.
Guys, they're not backing off at all, are they?
And it's a defensive 3-second violation. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Nets.
They've been penetrating with a certain amount of ease, guys, just as much in this half as the first.
You know, they're taking care of business in the paint, too. Those are valuable points they've been getting down low.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Great D that time from Jordan.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
To the paint, and it's Jordan with the jam.
Boy, somehow, some way, you've got to keep Jordan away from the basket, because if you allow him to get it there, he's flushing.
Giannis left side. The shot by Middleton, wide open. Milwaukee, no good that time either. Brooklyn leading by 6, and so they choose to intentionally foul. 4th quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Now Harden. Pass to Irving. Back to Harden. 6 to shoot. And it's sent back by Lopez.
Lopez showing off the length there to get to that shot.
Here's Giannis. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
You know, feeling very comfortable taking a big shot when his team needs it. That's a sign of how Antetokounmpo has matured recently.
A shot by Harden. Wide open. Offensive rebound. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That's his first foul. Bucks trail by 4. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. Middleton for 3. No good that time. Burnett's go the other way with it. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. The shot's good from Irving.
Always a threat on the drive. Irving has an explosive first step.
Bucks have gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. Middleton on the wing. Good. And it's Giannis picking up the assist.
You can really see Middleton now starting to emerge as a leader for this team. Whenever they're looking for an important basket, he provides it.
Harden outside. And the jam by Harden.
Got to make anybody besides Harden shoot the ball there. I mean, he doesn't feel the pressure. He embraces this stuff. It's right in his wheelhouse. Make somebody else shoot it.
Here's Antetokounmpo, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Durant's checked in. And here's Harden. There's 53 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Durant wide open. He fires. Got it.
Hey, that's why you want an experienced veteran like DeAndre Jordan. That's a huge hoop from him.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. Count it.
Man, the attitude of Antetokounmpo, really impressive. Really what you want to see in your team's best player. He's a guy that doesn't back down when the game gets tight and things are on the line.
Irving kicks to KD. .26 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Yes!
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock a bit.
Antetokounmpo can't get it to go. Now here's Harden. Outside Durant. Back to Harris for the 3. No good there. And so it's Brooklyn with the win. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. now at the lineups for both teams tonight. Some names out of action.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
So the Nets starting five. Irving is out there with Harden. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. Then there's Harris. And it's Durant in at the four-man position. And for the Trailblazers, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Norman Powell is out there with Robert Covington. And it's Nurkic in at the five, roaming the paint. McCollum dishes to Lillard. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. Plenty of experience, Greg, on the floor tonight. How does that shape what we're about to see, do you think?
You know, Kevin, this is one of those games where guys are going to be smart out on the floor. They're going to be in the right positions to make plays. And honestly, this could come down to who makes the bigger, tougher shots.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Boy, that's a play you just practice time and time again, and that's the result of the work put in.
And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Oh, good on the triple. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for the Nets. Harden the pass to Jordan, and stolen by Lillard. And now Covington running the floor all by himself.
Well, you can see Covington's speed and transition opportunities. That was a nice job getting out in front.
Irving looking for an opening. Yep, that one goes.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Lillard outside. Offline with his three. And here's Brooklyn.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
And here's the fast break. Jordan leading the way, and it's good for two.
Boy, 4 for 4 to get things started. Must have been a good shoot-around this morning.
The Trailblazers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. McCollum kicks to Lillard. And the pass to Powell. Here's McCollum. And Jordan sends it back.
This is not the guy you want in your zip code when the ball is going up. DeAndre Jordan twice on the pipes.
Tries again. Yes, that goes in. Jordan's got his second basket.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
Harden against Lillard. Count that one.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for Portland. 6-point game. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game for the Trailblazers. Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for Lillard. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Green's checked in. Cantor, the pass to McCollum. 5 on the clock. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first.
What a professional. McCollum's reliability on offense is such a gift to his team.
From 18 feet away. KD drives in. No good. Now Portland takes it the other way. The shot. Powell kicks to Cantor. And it's McCollum in the corner. Off target with his three.
Boy, the wheels have definitely fallen off in this quarter. He cannot buy one.
And Durant is right there.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
McCollum deciding where to go with it. Over Irving. They get it back. A second chance effort. And scoring with the play inside is Cantor.
I love the hustle and the heart with which Enes Kanter plays. This guy is a terror on the offensive glass.
Outside Irving. And the layup's good off the glass. Irving's got 6 points.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
A three from McCollum. The rebound by KD. Durant's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Let's give some credit to the defense for how they're guarding this guy right now, because they're refusing to let him get comfortable.
You know, and with how deliberate he can be, Hart still can surprise defenders with that burst, that underrated vertical that he possesses.
Well, use the pick and going right to the cup. I love the aggressiveness.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. And we'll be right back after this. Greg, we know many guys.
I'm training for summer.
The team seems to support, Greg, that philosophy 100%.
The game has changed. Some guys would rather take a few steps back to get a cleaner look. Lillard being one of them.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the floor for Portland, they've got Jones, Anthony out there with Enes Kanter. Then there's C.J. McCollum, and it's Simons in at the point guard position. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Lillard's checked in, and a switch here for Brooklyn. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Green. Trailblazers trail by 5. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Lillard the pass to Simons. Lets the 3 fly. Lillard misses. Nets leading by 5. And on the way from Irving for 3. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Kanter's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Anthony's shot is off. The Nets have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. The kick out to Irving. Shoots from the line. Corner shot. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Lillard outside. It's hauled in by Brown.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
Again, Irving missing. And there's the call on Durant. That's foul number 2 for him. A different look now for Portland. Robert Covington's checked in for Anthony. And it's Powell in for Anthony Simon. Jordan, he's checked in for Brooklyn.
Almost unstoppable on the drive. Lillard's talent for ball handling, letting him just cut through the defense.
Outside Irving. Pass to KD. Always going up for the alley-oop here. And it's rebounded by Covington. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for Portland. Trailing by 5.
And how about this stat? Over the course of Robert Covington's career, over 60% of his shots coming from long range.
And Greg, the prototypical 3-and-D guy, you almost want to reverse it because defense has been the pivot point for Robert Covington's emergence as a player in this league.
So for the Nets, Harris comes in for Kevin Durant, and it's Harden in for Irving. Lillard looking around. Portland no good that time either.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And there's Brown. That's good on the assist by Jordan.
What a pretty look. DeAndre Jordan, to have that kind of touch on your passing, such a quality piece for a big man.
Lillard attacking. And yes, it's good. There's 1:38 left in the first half. Now, here is Harden. He has 6. Pass to Claxton. Harris up top on the wing, Harden. And the jam by Harden.
We so often identify Joe Harris as strictly a shooter, but this guy, he is a tremendous passer as well.
And Lillard kicks to Powell. 1:03 left here in the second. For 3. Rebound, Brooklyn. Brown right side. And finished off by Brown.
And arguably no one in the NBA draws more attention than Harden. Part of why he creates so many opportunities for others.
Lillard, the pass to Covington. Powell against Brown. Brooklyn leading by 9. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock in game. Jordan finds Harris. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
Boy, he'll usually knock it down if he's left that wide open. Just comes up empty.
Powell, that's good.
We know this about Robert Covington. He is a team man first and foremost. Pretty pass.
Harden against Powell. And here's Harden. And we've reached halftime in this one. Brooklyn ahead. Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to Brooklyn. Did not hesitate to set the pace. You could see the daggers in their eyes. Thanks for joining.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
Setting the floor for the Nets. Jordan is out there with Durant. Then it's Joe Harris. Then it's Harden, and it's Irving in at the 2. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Nurkic. Kicks it out to Lillard. That 3 off the mark. Brooklyn leading by 7. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So good. 1 free throw. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Here's McCollum. Yep, that one goes in there. McCollum's got 9 points.
If there's a weakness in your defense, McCollum will find it. Reads the floor exceptionally well.
Harden with it. He's got 12. Basket, good. Harden's got the lead up to 9 now for the Nets.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Lillard, the pass to McCollum. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan. And McCollum on the floor, all business. Off the court, he's a very outspoken player, very colorful guy. And Greg, you were saying you see a future in media for him when he stops playing.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, McCollum spoke up quickly about the seriousness of the virus when they were playing. He's very knowledgeable and shares what's on his mind. A media position after he's done playing is a very real possibility if he chooses to.
Here's Harden. Oh, and James Harden throws it down hard.
And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice.
Lillard attacking, and Lillard throws it down.
That should give him a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt, GA.
Well, sometimes it's about taking it into your own hands. That kind of individual play could spark his groove.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
A different look now for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. And the Nets making a change here as well. Brown's checked in. Cullen passes to Simons. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Outside Anthony, Portland moving the ball around. McCollum against Brown, and the basket by McCollum.
I mean, call him a combo guard to whatever. McCollum is a scorer first and foremost, and when he puts it on the deck, young fella is going to the hoop.
Griffin down low. He's against Kanter. Now Irving. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Irving's got 14 points.
This guy has been a catalyst for them all game long. What a job leading them to this lead.
Here's Simons. McCollum left side. Fires for three. And so the ball out of bounds. McCollum touched it last. Trailblazers making a switch here. Nurkic is checked in. And then for Brooklyn, Nicholas Claxton comes in for Blake Griffin. And Harris subbed in for Bruce Brown. Outside Irving. That shot is good. He has made 8 while missing only 4. That's 67% shooting. Trailblazers trail by 9. Here's Simons. Out to Anthony. Nurkic in the post. He's covered by Irving. Nurkic the pass to Carmelo. But he recovers it. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Anthony drawing the double team. Another shot. And Nurkic lays it in. Nurkic has got his second bucket.
Boy, Carmelo Anthony is capable, when he wants to, of spotting that open man. Pretty pass.
Now here's Harden. 16 points for him. That shot off. And we've reached the end of the third. Nets lead by 7. From Portland, we're back in a moment. And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. And it's Harden with the ball for Brooklyn. Anthony out there with Nurkic. Then there's Norman Powell. Then it's Jones. And it's Lillard in at the point guard. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Nurkic with the block. Powell against Irving. Good on the bucket.
I'll tell you, I'd love to see someone take the contact head on. And Norman Powell welcoming the challenge.
Brooklyn leading by 5. And here's Harden. And the jam by Harden.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the 2-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Harden against Lillard. He scores his 6th bucket from the floor with that one. He's shot the ball 11 times.
And now they're shooting it pretty well. That was not something we would have said in that first half.
On the wing, Irving. Passes it to Claxton. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist.
And turning down what would have been a tough shot for himself into an easy one for his teammate.
Anthony with it. Kicks it to Nurkic. Outside, Jones. Back to Nurkic. Shot clock at 6. Jones drives in, and Jones slams it in.
And let's call that one what it was, guys. Just spectacular.
No argument here, Greg. That's going to be the play people remember from this game. Harden against Lillard. Harden the pass to Harris. Here's Claxton. Left side, Jordan. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down.
When you think that this guy was so raw and so skinny coming into the league, now DeAndre Jordan brushing off these challenges with ease.
Lillard outside. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.